Hello, it's Dr. Mandal, and today I'm going to do a show called Monday Morning Rant. Monday Morning Rant is a show where I rant about things that really bother me, and I try to find a solution for it, but there's not always a solution or resolution to it because of the way this world is made up on this prison planet that we're living on. A lot of people don't see this place as a prison planet because they haven't had a chance or an opportunity to suffer and have to struggle with paying bills, utilities, medical, dental, whatever kind of bills that you get sunk down in debt with. I wanted to rant a little bit about the medical industry. And there may be people that don't agree with me. I don't give a shit because I'm tired of having to be kind and stuff when it comes to talking about the medical industry. I think some people's experience of the medical industry is different than others. An African American female or African American male has a different experience of the medical industry, dealing with the medical industry, than a white European male or white European female. Whenever I talk to somebody of this nationality, of this, background, white female or white male, they just don't understand what I'm talking about. When I go to a doctor, they don't treat me with respect. They just look at me as some dumb black person that needs to just shut up and take some medicine. That's how I feel, and that's what's happening. And it's not all in my mind. How can we improve this? You can't. Because the medical industry was set up to cater towards certain people and to be kind and respectful towards certain people. Not people that hardly have any money and are brown colored skin, or with this type of hair. That's the experience I have every time I go to a doctor. Every time. It's never going to be any different. It's always going to be the same every time I go to a doctor. I was diagnosed with PTSD 3 years ago, and I went to a doctor, and they just looked at me like I was some buffoon. And they're looking inside of a book to figure out what medicine I should be on for this condition. And they're not really looking at me as a person. They're just looking at me as another number. That's how I feel. I've had some really hellacious doctor's visits that I really did not come out of it feeling like this person was trying to help me. Yet I hear all these other people raving, about their doctor and how great their doctor has treated them and helped them. I worked at Whole Foods Market, I think from 2007 to 2008, and I had to quit because I got injured. My knee got injured. They didn't want to pay for disability so that I could rest up and so to get better. They just didn't. And then another employee who was a white male ended up getting disability for his back so he could take some time off and come back and get back into it. This world does not care about black people, especially in the medical industry. They don't care about you. They don't, especially if you're poor. Maybe if you have a little more money on you, if you're a rich black person, then you get treated differently. But if you're not wealthy and you don't look a certain way, you get treated like shit. And that's just a fact. And I'm getting tired of people trying to tell me that, you just need to go to a different doctor. I've been through several doctors throughout the years, and it's been the same shit over and over again. And I'm tired of it. People ask, why don't you go to a doctor to get this checked out, that checked out? That's why. And then people say, old people, when they get older, they don't like going to doctors, and it's not because they're old, it's because they're treated like shit. It's only so many times you can be treated like shit and not really listened to before you just say, fuck it, I'm done with it. And that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. I had to go through all this shit just to prove to them that I'm injured And then they say, oh, you have arthritis, oh, you have PTSD. But I'm not getting any assistance at all. So it's frustrating. It's a really frustrating world because the medication that I prefer is cannabis, and it's not all these other things they're throwing at me. I don't want that. I don't feel like I should take it just because. So yeah, it pisses me off. It really does. But that's the thing is I'm living in a white world. No matter where I go, whether it's here, whether it's Africa, whether it's Jamaica, with wherever, it's ruled by that 1%. It's ruled. And until that changes, it's going to be the same. That's why a lot of people are taking their health into their own hands and learning how to heal themselves as best they can naturally. And that's what I've been trying to do. It hasn't been an easy road, but that's what I'm trying to do because I'm fed up with it. It just pisses me off that I have to compromise and, in order to get any assistance or help, I have to go and jump through all these hurdles, and it's ridiculous. I'm tired of it. It's like a lot of people are saying, oh, you should be grateful for what you got. Be thankful for what you've got. You could be like so-and-so in this place or so-and-so in that place. I'm not so-and-so. I'm me. And this is what I'm going through. And I'm getting tired of people telling me I need to have compassion for others, and not be selfish or whatever. I've had so much compassion for so many people, and I've extended myself way farther than I can stretch. And yet I get treated like shit. So don't tell me about trying to be thankful for what I've got, because obviously I am. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I know there's a lot of you out there that can relate to that. If you approach somebody with a calm and mellow voice, they just feel like you're a pushover. You're a stupid black bitch that doesn't know anything. And that's how I feel when I'm talking to a doctor. These doctors are trained to be cold and callous and just look at you as another number if you're not. If you don't have the numbers in your bank account, if you're not rich, if you're not white, then they look at you. Even black doctors will disrespect other black patients. Because somehow some black people that become doctors and they're making a good living, they got their fancy car and they got their mansion or whatever, and they'll look down upon you. They won't see you as an equal. They won't say, hey, They can't understand any struggle because they're at that height. So they're not where you're at. They'll never understand where you're at. And there's people that will say, why don't you ask your family for help? I can't ask my family for help. I had a fucking dysfunctional family. So how am I gonna ask them for help? That's bullshit. So, medical industry, it's full of shit. They just want to give you poison and shove you out the door and say goodbye, have a good day. That's my experience with the medical industry. It may not be yours, but that's my experience. And it sickens me because there are a lot of things that are bothering me with my body and that I'm working on doing organically, like changing the way that I eat, exercising more, meditating. But it still doesn't change the fact that the medical industry is as such as it is. It's bullshit. It's just a money-making industry, not a I care about you industry. I delivered my son. The doctor was hardly even there. He jetted off to go watch a ball game or some bullshit like that. There's a fucking ball game on when I was giving delivery to my son. You know what I mean? It's like, The only person that really was helping was the nurse. They had to call in a whole nother doctor for the delivery because my other doctor left. And it took hours and hours for the delivery to happen because I felt like I didn't feel safe there. It was ridiculous. And that's been my experience throughout my years here on this planet with doctors. They just don't care. It doesn't matter how nice and kind I am or how I present myself. You know, when my hair was pressed straight and I had really what we call acceptable clothes on, I was still treated like shit. So this is my rant for today, and I'm sure everybody likes to rant every now and then to get shit out. And this shit's just getting on my nerves. It is. The things that people have to do in order to survive on this planet is ridiculous. And the things you have to do to try to get respect on this planet is ridiculous too. You could work your ass off and try to be as kind and gentle and loving as possible. People still treat you like you're a piece of shit. And I'm tired of that. And that's what I get from the medical industry. They just look at me like I'm a big fat turd or something that they want to scoop up and throw in the trash. That's what I feel like, man. It's pretty fucked up. So, anyway, I'm going to end this rant and say thanks for joining me today for today's Monday morning rant. Thanks for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for the likes and shares, and thank you for your kind comments. If you want to leave comments, that's cool. I really don't want to read comments talking about my doctor is the best. I don't want to hear about that. What does that do for me? Or anybody else that's had a really fucked up experience? So, that's how I feel about it. I don't think my opinion's going to change anytime soon. So yeah, that's it. Yep. So if you'd like to support this channel, you can donate $1 or more to my PayPal at kdaddytmom@comcast.net and include a question you'd like to see answered on an upcoming show. It's not required to donate to this channel in order to watch the videos on here, but what this donation does is it helps with paying the bills here because it's fucking expensive now. I'm in a whole new place, new location. Rent's really expensive too. I want to get a new phone. Some people have complained about the sound quality of this phone that I'm using to make the videos on, and the fact that it's not a full screen. Look, this is what I've got, and if I had better, I'd do better. So, you know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get. Until I can get better, I can't. I don't have it. So, how can I adjust what I don't have? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then that money also would go towards me being able to buy land, build tree homes on that land, grow all the fruits and vegetables I want, and all the medicinal herbs of all kinds that I want. And once I get myself set up, then I can help other people. So that's what that whole PayPal thing is all about, if you were wondering. Because somebody made a comment about that. Like, who should be donating? Who should be getting donations? I don't beg people to do it. I say if you want to, you can. And people have asked how they can support this channel, all three of my channels actually. This one, The Productive Cannabis Connoisseur, and Healing with Color. So, there you go. Alrighty guys, brightest blessings to y'all, and I will see you soon.